What's going on, guys? Mr. Clays here. Today we're heading off to do a roof and gutter job. Just a quick one today. That's not what we're here to talk about. Today we went crabbing, took the wife and my 1-year-old kid out, got a bunch of crabs. It was awesome. And so I kind of want to dive into that because there's a lot of lessons in the little things in life where, for crabbing, for example. So I look around and we went to this spot. I've never gone here before. And I'm not telling you where it is because that would ruin the point. But this is a spot we'd never gone to before. We almost always go to this other place. Okay, after this, someone's crossing the street. We almost always go to this other place. But the other day, there was a shit ton of traffic, and we were like, it's like 2 hours to get to the spot we normally go to, because normally it's like 50 minutes, not too bad. And so I was like, you know what, let's send it. Let's just go to a spot I've never been to before. It's only like 20 minutes away. Never hit it up, and turns out, we fucking crushed it. We got more crabs this weekend. I mean, I'm talking the Dungeness crabs, like the big boys. And crabbing season just opened up, and it's really cool. And then today, when we went out, there was no one there. There was nobody here, and I was just like, man, this is such a good spot. Like, people don't know that it's kind of like right under their noses. And so the point that I'm making with this is it's a lot about life. It's a lot like business. Like we talk so much about this and that, like how to make money online, how to start a business. And there's only so much you can tell people before it literally won't work. Because if I was to tell people like, hey, this spot is really good for crabs, guess what? Hundreds of people would go, and then there would be no crabs. And then we'd be back to square one. Okay, where do we go? It all starts with one person deciding like, hey, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to try something new out, and I'm going to see what happens. That's how life is supposed to go. There's not really supposed to be a prescription for everything in life. And so, like, this is a lot of the source of so many people's unhappiness. They're following a prescription, a set of rules, a set of guidelines set up by other people. Oh, go to college, go get this job, do this, do that. You need this type of house. And most people are like, why are we listening? This is just the script that's been kind of laid out for us. That's like the camera tripod. It's stuck to the window. Makes a noise once in a while. But that's a really good word for it is prescription. We're prescribed this by, typically a doctor, if we're talking about prescriptions. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't have the highest esteem of like the medical profession anymore. It's just legalized drug dealing. Like, they're just selling us a bunch of pills so that they can hopefully make us live long enough so that we can work, but not too long that we start to collect the benefits. So they want to kill you in like that sweet spot. So, but we don't need to get too much into that today. On to the overarching things that make our society function. And so this is an interesting thing too. If you look at society, and guys like Owen Benjamin talk about this a lot. I've been listening to a lot of his stuff. Is the whole idea of like structure isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, structure can be really good, and most people need this. They need rules. They need to be told what to do. Go here, do this, clock in, go to this job, go to school. They need to be told what to do because they don't have creativity. They don't want to think outside the box because thinking outside the box is scary. If you're going off into a path and you have no idea where your destination is going to be, that to a lot of people causes a lot of fear. And so this is where the government and this is where society steps in and guides most people along. Because for most people, that's a good thing. Most people shouldn't be going off out into the wilderness and doing this and that because they have no idea what they're doing. Honestly, lower IQ people, they don't necessarily, and not saying that IQ is necessarily an indicator of being creative or not, or being able to work outside the box. In fact, you sometimes want to be in the sweet spot. You don't want to be too smart where you overanalyze and you're like, oh, well, actually, my odds of starting a business and failing are 17% that it's going to fail in the first year. And it's just like, that's the really smart person, whereas the dumb person, or really dumb person, is like, oh, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to do what I'm told, and that's it. Ideally, you're somewhere in the middle. You're smart enough to take a risk. Like, hey, I don't know everything, but no, everything's probably going to be fine. That's a great mentality to, and that's kind of the thing that I've gone with. Like, life has changed a lot recently. Like, I've had, online businesses doing, $30,000, $40,000 a month, and then all of a sudden just crashes. Like, it goes up and down with the economy. And so we focus more on the roof and gutter business, which does really well. And then certain times, like in the winter, it goes down. And that's life. Life goes up and down. Like there's seasons of life. And that's the biggest lesson, that like doing stuff like gardening or going outside and going and getting crab and fishing. It's like some years are fucking terrible. Some years are fucking awesome. Like this year for salmon, because we're out here in the Pacific Northwest. If you don't know, if you haven't seen any of my videos before, we're out here in Seattle, Washington. But we go around the state. We're probably going to move to the middle of the state. So Pacific Northwest, we'll call it that. This is going to be what's looking to be a record year for salmon. There's going to be millions of the bastards swimming up. And that's awesome. It's going to be really easy to catch them. But in years past, it's been hard. Like sometimes you go to a beach and you get completely skunked. You don't catch anything. And so some people will do that. They'll do that once. I have a really good friend. I'm obviously not going to say his name. I have a really good friend who does stuff like this. He'll go out, do something one time, and if it fails, if it doesn't work, boom, that's his experience for life. He's like, nope, that's never going to work. It failed for me one time, so I'm never going to do it again. And so you cannot have that mentality with on this, as we like to say on this channel, this spinning ball of dirt. Like there's so much, like so much of the universe is pretty random, and the idea that we can control anything too. There's another lesson. We were fishing like a couple weeks ago, and we were like, oh yeah, we're gonna go get this fish, and then we're gonna go over here and catch these fish because it's a shallower spot. And it turned out we caught our first big fish. It was a halibut. We caught it in like freaking 15 minutes. It was awesome. And we're like, okay, let's get another one. It took us 3 hours, and we still didn't catch the other one because we could keep 2. And so we kind of were just like, we didn't screw ourselves because you don't fucking know. You don't know what you don't know. And so like we think we can control this, and we're literally out in the middle of the ocean. We're bobbing around. The waves are coming and crashing on our tiny little kayak. And it's like we think as humans we have so much control, but we really don't. And so this is kind of the overarching message of today is learning to go with the flow, learning to be at ease with whatever's happening. When the fish are coming, catch as many of the bastards as you can. Like when times are good and you have momentum and it's awesome, crush it. But then there's also seasons of life when, like, you know, this is also, I'm talking about business here and I'm talking about other things. Like obviously we're in a recession right now. Like most people aren't really talking about it because it's kind of the bad word, but who cares? It's the markets go up and down. It literally cannot be a good market forever. It's going to be, you cannot have the rain without the sunshine and vice versa. And so these aren't bad things when the market's bad. It just kind of reveals the true market. We don't have a lot of bullshit money that's floating around so that fucking finance people can just sit in an office and be like, oh, you should actually invest and get an extra 11% return on your money here, and just like doing nothing, like providing no values to society or gambling. Like I know, you know, we don't really talk about politics here, but like, you know, part of the bill that was passed or whatever, like massive tax on professional gambling. And it's like, you know, normally I'm very against any sort of taxes by the government. The government should kind of just leave most of us all alone. But in this instance, like taxes for a very degenerate like activity like gambling. Like gambling is like, no one shouldn't be a professional gambler. You're a fucking parasite of society. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people, not to go too hard on professional gambling, but because there's a lot of people I would classify as parasites, you know. Any of the people online that are like doing the OnlyFans management, or even certain like people selling information. Like I used to sell info, and at the time I could really see how degenerate it was. Like, oh, here's how to make $10,000 a month. And so you buy a course that's $10,000. I think I went the wrong way. And then you learn all this stuff, and now you have to turn around and sell the same course. Am I in the right place? I'm just gonna park over here. We're just gonna hang out over here while I finish this video. Let's turn around. Where are we going with that? Anyways, providing value to society, and that's kind of what is the beautiful thing about a recession, is it allows the market to kind of correct itself. It's the forest fire that cleans out all the dead wood in a forest. Because if you have too much growth in the forest and there's too many plants and this, it can they can choke each other out. And so every once in a while you have to clean out all the dead wood, all the plants that aren't doing well. Same with a bison herd. You know, you got to kill off the sick and weak ones every once in a while in order for the herd to thrive. And so people see it, and this is typically, you know, people who don't really have a lot going for them. I'm just kind of making overarching claims here, because it's just like people who you see are really like, oh my gosh, the sky is falling, like we're in a recession, oh my god. It's like, these are the people that have no, like, if they lost their job, they would be fucked. They have no real value to offer society. Like, I know that we could be in a fucked up recession. The entire economy could collapse. I don't give a fuck. I'm not like a prepper, but I have enough skills. I'm in shape. You know, I got weapons. We can make shit happen. I'm not scared for anything. And so it's just so many people. It's so funny. The second a little bit of insecurity or uncertainty strikes, and then they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. And so, you know, kind of tying this back all together, you know, don't be afraid to take that risk to do something that you're not sure of. Go into a crab spot you've never been to. It's like, what's the worst that's going to happen? You don't catch a crab there, and then you go somewhere else. Then you go find a new spot until you find a spot. And no one's going to tell you these things. Like, no one's going to tell you what is the perfect business for you to start. Whoever's watching this, you're watching this, and maybe you've had these thoughts like, oh, what should I do with my life? What is my purpose? What should I be doing? Nobody can tell you that. Nobody can, even yourself, sometimes you don't really know. And that's fine, because you have no control over the greater socioeconomic structure of this country, or wherever you're watching this. It's like you have no fucking control over anything. And I think I've made videos in the past where I was saying you should be able to control your life and this and that. And yeah, you can. Obviously, there's a lot that you can control. Control what you can control, but then also what you can't. Is like having a kid teaches you a lot of these lessons. Like, I used to have my day so structured. I would do this and that. I would go wake up at a certain time, do my work, then I'd go to the gym. Very structured. Now with a kid, it's just dumpster fire. Every single day, you have no idea what's going to happen. You are completely at the mercy of this little child that's like screaming and pooping, and maybe he takes a nap here, maybe he doesn't now. So, you know, that's another thing I love about having my own business, where I just, like, it's 2:30 in the afternoon right now. We went crabbing, and now I'm showing up to one of my clients' house. We're gonna, you know, clean the roof, and that's awesome. Make some money today. Not a banner day. We're not gonna make a shit ton of money today, and that's fine. You know, this is life. You know, I think we did a lot of big jobs last week, and so even that too. I like to. Some days we'll work super hard. I love to make, like, you know, $1,000, $2,000 days. Do a couple of those per week, and then days like today, this is like a $300 job. One of my other guys is doing another job. So, you know, a little $1,000 a day or something today. Nothing crazy. Not profit either. But so this is just kind of, you know, I think I kind of made my point in today's video. So don't be afraid to start out. Do something new. Don't necessarily need to be told what to do. That is for people who have nothing going on. That's for people with no imagination, no creativity. The world is not run by those types of people. Those are the pessimists, the people who are scared or afraid of doing anything new. You got to be an optimist, man. The world is run by optimists, and I think we've spoken about that in other videos. But a quick, like, side note about pessimism and optimism. You see people, like, on social media, man. Oh my gosh, like, the world is ending, where it's failing, like, we have this president or that president in power. Like, how can you be happy right now? The world is so fucked. And it's just like, dude, those types of people who are always pessimistic and crying, and it's just like, it's very sad to see. And that's something that we will never have on this channel, is pessimism or fear, any sort of fear mongering. It's gay, it's stupid, it's retarded. Any expletive, any slur you want to put onto it, it's dumb. Like, the world is an awesome place. You go outside, go fishing with your family. Like, I saw my little boy, like, laughing today. And it's like, if you haven't seen a child, like, smile or laugh, you have no idea how beautiful this world is. And it's going to continue to be beautiful. Like, you'll see people talking about that. Like, oh, I can't imagine bringing a child into this world when the future is uncertain. Or, fuck, it's always going to be uncertain, dude. A meteor could we have no fucking clue what's going on, man. And so that's the whole point, man. This is life. Nothing is certain. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to go to school for this many years, get my degree, and then I'm guaranteed a job in this field, and then I'm going to go work 40 years and then die. That sounds like hell. like any certain plan, any step-by-step plan sounds like hell to me. And people don't get that. And to some people, it is comforting. But then they get to the end of their life, they've done nothing except follow the color in between the lines. And yeah, some people need the coloring book. They need the fish drawn out so they can color in between the lines, and that makes them happy. But I would rather just get a fucking big-ass paintbrush, start painting around, do whatever I want, go in any direction, and just live life and with the freedom and the free will that God has given you. So that is today's rant about free will, about doing your own thing. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, you want to riff on something else, put that down below in the comment section. As always, if you need any software to run your home service business, it's literally the best deal. It's like $99, gets you the full CRM, as well as we have a group where we do weekly calls, talk to me. There's like 200 people inside. It's an awesome place. So I will see you guys there or in the next video. Let's get after it, guys. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to the Spencer Clay Show. That's all for now. See you in the next episode. Peace.